Going on YouTube, R to the double E dash the ZON coming at y'all once again. It's been a minute. It's been a little while since I made a video, man, so my apologies to any of my subscribers or anyone who's still watching, man. But yeah, man, I've been going through a lot of stuff, man. We just moved, so you notice in the background, maybe you look around, in a brand new home for me, my wife, and my kids, man. So God is good, man. We're doing good. But anyways, I wanted to make this video from all the gibberish that I've been seeing on the internet. Oh, it just never fails, man. All the stuff going on after Nintendo made their announcement that they were slashing their sales forecast from 9 million or 9 million, I think it was, 9 million Wii U's to 2.8 million or something like that. Yes, it's a drastic cut. Yes, a lot of us saw it coming. No, it does not mean that Iwata should resign or be fired or whatnot. And no, it does not mean that Nintendo's in any real trouble whatsoever. I'm going to go through all this right quick. First of all, y'all need to understand. This is the third year, I think, in a row that Nintendo has posted some kind of loss. Not good. Not drastic either, considering you've been around for 30 plus years as far as game making goes and console making, and have so much money in the bank that you can afford this for quite some more time to come. Let's just get that out the way real quick. That's number one. Number two, it's not drastic considering the fact that the Microsoft Xbox gaming division, the Xbox division, ever since its inception and creation in 2000, 14 years ago, has been losing money from Microsoft, has never made them a dime of profitability. Okay? So you're going to compare 3 years of losses to 13, 14 years of losses? Come on now, please, just back up on my face with that. Thirdly, again, well, actually, on that same token, Sony as well. They have been taking losses since late PS2. Okay, so that's 2 generations ago. So it's not a big deal. All right. Now this all this chattering about Iwata needs to step down. I mean, I've seen so many respectable YouTubers that I actually am subscribed to and have a great deal of respect for and love watching their content. I even seen some of them flip-flop back and forth. And it's funny because so many people, even the most respectable of YouTubers and the most credible of sources, flip-flop back and forth like leaves falling from a tree depending on which way the wind blows. If things are going good for Nintendo, then everything is hunky-dory. If things aren't going well at the moment, all of a sudden it's batting down the hatches. Iwata needs to step down, Reggie needs to go away, and Nintendo needs to change and be something that they have never been. That's what you guys sound like. You sound like a bunch of inexperienced motherfuckers that just, I mean, like, do y'all know the industry? Have you been following the history, especially of Nintendo? This is not new. It is new in the sense that this is the first time that they have lost or shown losses for 3 years in a row. But it's not new to see them go through struggles and to see them go through down periods and see them bounce back with a thunderous return. You know what I'm saying? So this is not a big deal. Why does Iwata need to step down? Let's remind people of what Iwata is responsible for. Let's look at the big picture because y'all seem to be prisoners of the moment and stuck in what's going on right now. Wii U struggling, yeah, but guess what? Wii U is still leading in the three next generation consoles as far as established user base. Wii U is still sitting at the top with 5.4 something million. All right. PS4 hasn't surpassed them, even though PS4 is selling very well, and Xbox One damn sure hasn't surpassed them. Okay, so Wii U is still selling, is still on top of the game. Wii U still has the biggest library, and Wii U still has the biggest year coming up right now, starting in the next couple of weeks in February when we get Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze to kick off the freaking tidal wave of games that we're gonna get this year. All right, so let's hold your horses right quick. Let's look at the history of Iwata. What's he responsible for? Well, if I'm not mistaken, he took over late in the GameCube era. Okay, GameCube came in third. Really, a third or second, you can debate all you want because the Xbox original didn't really pass it by that much at all, if it even did. I think they both were pretty much way behind PS2. And third place or second place at that point really doesn't matter. Okay, so now what happens? He introduces the DS. I think that was a success. I'm just saying. Then what does he do? He introduces the Wii. I think that was a success as well. What else did he do? Then he brings out the 3DS. Struggles for a little while. How's the 3DS doing now, by the way? I think that's a success. All right, so yeah, right now Nintendo is going through kind of a downturn, but you people like to pay attention to the little flip flops in the stock market, and in what is their market value now after this announcement and after this delay or after this this reveal. None of that bullshit matters because your stock market, your value is going to jump up and down like this, even when you don't do shit. Remember when Xbox One revealed itself for the first time and everybody was so hating on that and just jumping all over Microsoft, Nintendo's value went through the roof, and Nintendo didn't move a muscle. None of that means a goddamn thing. The only thing that means anything in this industry, and I don't want to say in the industry because money doesn't mean something in the industry. Money's big. And not in the industry. The only thing that means anything when it comes to these three consoles, as far as for us, what we should be reporting on and talking about, the gamers, well, all y'all should be worried about is the system selling, which the Wii U is selling. It had a tremendous holiday season. It sold almost 2 million in about a month and a half. So get the hell out of here with that, dude. It's still selling good right now. Of course, it's down. So is the Xbox One and PS4 because the holidays are over. So now you get a more steady, normal flow of sales. Depending on what games come out, what promotions, what bundles and all that, you may see sales spike or drop back and forth. All that matters is the console selling. Does it have a good library of games? And is there plenty of future stuff that's already been announced and that we have proof of? And all three of those areas, Nintendo's answer is yes. The Wii U is selling. It may not be selling as good as you would like it to, but it's selling. It is bringing money in while the 3DS is dominating. Does it have a good library of games? Oh, gee, let me see. Super Mario 3D World, quite possibly, in a lot of people's minds, the game of the year for 2013. What else? Pikmin 3, a runaway hit, a blockbuster. It was a great game. Sales don't always mean everything. So when I say a blockbuster, I'm not talking about in sales. I'm talking about in the impact the game made and how many Wii U owners picked it up and are loving that game right now. Wonderful 101. Zombie U at launch. Lego City Undercover. There was a shitload of games that dropped last year for the Wii U, especially in the later half of the year. Okay? Now we have Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze coming out. So hold on. So that's the library of games. Does it have a good library of games? New Super Mario Bros. U, Mario 3D World, Pikmin 3, Wonderful 101, Zombie U, Lego City Undercover. I mean, there's a shitload of games that are already out on the console. Does it have a good supply of already announced and proven future games that will be coming out this year? Yes. Monolith Soft's X, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, Mario Kart 8, Super Smash Bros. Wii U and 3DS. Bayonetta 2, if I didn't already say that. A shitload of stuff is already planned. Okay? And you have Hyrule Warriors and other games like that that are already coming to the console exclusive for this console. So it has a great library. It has a great library that's coming in this year. And it's selling. Now let's look at the Xbox One. Is it selling? Not that great, but it's there. Does it have a good library of games? No, it does not. Does it have a lot of future stuff planned that we've seen proof of that's coming this year soon? Like one of Nintendo's big blockbuster games is coming out in 2 to 3 weeks. Or no, I'm sorry, not 2 to 3 weeks. In a month. Does the Xbox One have that? No, we have no fucking idea when Halo 5 or whatever that shit's gonna be is coming out. What else? Where are the games? Where are the games from Microsoft Xbox One? People are playing Killer Instinct. That's what they're playing. That's it. Dead Rising 3 it isn't doing much. Call of Duty is doing what it's doing on all the consoles. Give me some. Xbox One. Their situation's a lot more dire than the Wii U's. People don't want to admit it, but it is. PlayStation 4, selling very well. Where are the games? Killzone, Shadowfall, and Knack. Where are the games? While the Wii U is sitting there with a cheaper price tag, as I've said many times before, free online, the Nintendo Network and Miiverse is kicking ass, eShop is going off the charts, the Virtual Console is getting bigger and bigger by the week. Great library of already released games that you can own, from Monster Hunter 3, Zombie U, all these games that I've already talked about. A plethora of blockbusters coming out this year. How are you going to look at that and say that, oh, Wii U's struggling worse than PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, and oh my god, it's their Nintendo's doomed, and they're showing losses, and nobody is buying systems the way that they used to because the economy is not the same. Okay, when the Wii came out, last generation, people bought that up because it was in 2006, it was cheaper, and there was no recession. When the PlayStation 3 came out, people bought that up crazy in the beginning too. 360 as well. That's not happening with either Wii U, PlayStation 4, or Xbox One. So don't pin that blame on Nintendo. And don't sit there and say that Nintendo's the one that's doomed. When Nintendo's sitting there with the number one selling piece of hardware on the market in the 3DS, a very good selling piece of hardware in the Wii U that's actually the market leader right now as far as installed base. They've been on the market for a year longer, has an established library of games on that console, and a shitload of blockbusters coming this year. And Nintendo is the only one whose game division makes money. While the other two are sitting there, selling somewhat well, PS4 selling very well, but with no games and no real knowledge of what's coming out when. You can't sit there and say that Nintendo's doomed when they're having a worse time, and all three consoles are not selling the way last generation sold. That's the way it's going to be, because we're still getting over the recession. We're still dealing with the effects of the recession. People ain't going to sit there and spend the money that they usually would have, in years and generations past on systems when we got more important shit to worry about right now, the way our economy's doing. So yeah, man. Do I think Iwata needs to step down? No. Would I be terrified or scared if he stepped down? I'd be a little concerned, because you're never very confident when your leader steps down. But if he were to step down, I think Nintendo it wouldn't necessarily miss a beat, because they put someone else in charge, and they put someone else that they know has their same values and their same mission statement in mind, but maybe with a little bit more modern twist. But if he doesn't step down, I'm good with that. I think Iwata's a hell of a CEO. He's brought us success after success for the company. It's just that right now the global economy as a whole is not doing very well. So Nintendo posting losses for 3 straight years, it's to be expected, okay? Microsoft has been losing since 2000, man. And Sony has been losing since late PS2. And PS3 did nothing but add up losses for them, man. The system was being sold at a loss from launch. Now, that being said, Iwata does not need to step down. All Nintendo needs to do is ignore all the bullshit that's going on in the industry, which they usually do, which is what I love about this company. Do their own thing. They just snatched up Next Level Games as a Nintendo developer that's only going to work on Nintendo titles, which is great because Next Level Games makes great stuff. They got Retro Studios. They got Next Level Games. They pretty much got Monolith. Platinum Games is working on games for them. They got Sega for the most part. All Nintendo needs to do is continue to strengthen their relationship with their second-party studios. Bring some of them in to the point where they become basically Nintendo-only studios like Retro. Continue to work on that and bring out the great games that we know Nintendo is capable of doing. And they have been doing that now for a little bit over 6 months. Because Pikmin 3 was fucking phenomenal. The Wonderful 101, it was epic. And there's talks of a Wonderful 102, in which Miis will be playable and you'll be able to assign different Unite Morph powers to your Miis. That's fucking awesome, dude. I can't wait. Zombie U was great. Pikmin 3 was great. Wonderful 101 was great. Lego City Undercover was awesome. Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, great. New Super Mario Bros. U, awesome. Super Mario 3D World, Game of the Year. So how is Nintendo doing bad? Just because you look at some numbers and the numbers aren't as favorable as they have been in years past. Newsflash, they're not favorable for any of the 3 consoles. What, are they all 3 in trouble? Are they all 3 going to go away? No, man. It's just the same anti-Nintendo bullshit that happens in the industry time after time. So, time after time, Nintendo needs to continue to do what they have always done, which is say, keep talking shit, we'll keep making games. Plain and simple. People were talking shit. Pikmin 3 came out, and us Nintendo fans that have a Wii U enjoyed the shit out of that game, and we didn't give a fuck what YouTube or IGN or the rest of the world was saying. We didn't care, because we were enjoying our game. See, that's the difference I've seen. And it's not a knock on Sony and Microsoft fans. It's a knock on Sony and Microsoft, the companies. Okay? Because you got your fans out here having to defend you and come out and continually bash us, while all we do, for the most part, is sit back and enjoy our goddamn games. Why aren't y'all enjoying your games? Oh, you ain't got them. That's the problem. Oh, and don't think I wasn't going to mention Microsoft now coming out that Microsoft is paying Machinima to promote positive things about them. That's so fucking shady, dude. You don't have any fucking confidence in your console and in your brand and in your games. You got to go and pay off people at E3 to go into Nintendo's event at Best Buy and badmouth the Wii U and try to get them to buy an Xbox One. Now you got to pay Machinima and try to do it on the low, like people weren't gonna find out, to say only positive things about Xbox One. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Look, man, Nintendo is perfectly fine. I've said this time and time again. There's no cause for alarm. You're going to see that the Wii U is going to continue to sell steady, and when these big games like Donkey Kong and Mario Kart and all that come out, the sales are going to spike. When there's a little drought, the sales are going to drop. That's what happens. God bless y'all. Stay gaming. Peace.